back to Sleeper Barbecue. My name is Lance, and we're going to be cooking some ribs today. My new OK Joe Bronco drum. It's not the pro version. I guess it's the backyard cook version, but it's just the OK Joe Bronco drum. So it'll be the first time I've ever hung ribs. We're going to hang some ribs and give it a try. Hopefully they don't end up in the heat diffuser plate. So we'll get that going, and we'll bring you in and out of the video as we go along, and just hopefully it turns out great. Thanks for watching, and we'll bring you right back soon. Okay, so we're back. So the first rack of ribs, as usual, I'm going to put my go-to Bill Purvis's Chicken Fried Barbecue Texas Rib Grind. That's going to be my base coat. Then I have two Uncle Steve shakes here, sweet and spicier, which is new to me. I did try it the other day and really liked the stuff. And then I'm also going to top coat it with Uncle Steve's competition pig shake. No binders, just natural juices from the meat. Let that sweat in a little bit and we'll bring you back. Okay, and then on the second rack of ribs, as I said before on the first rack, this chicken fried Texas rib grind is just my go-to rub. I love it as a base coat. It's peppery, not a lot of salt. When you're old like me, you pay attention to that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to go down with the Meat Church's Honey Hog Barbecue. I decided to give this one another try after looking back at the video. I saw some mistakes that I made, and I was ready to write this rub off, to be honest with you, but saw some mistakes that I made and decided, nope, it's coming back out. And then Meat Church's Holy Voodoo. This is one that I've only tried a couple times, but I haven't really given it a whole lot of cooks. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. We'll let this sit and sweat in, and we'll do the tops. Let's get the top side done. We'll put these in the refrigerator and let them finish sweating while I bring the Bronco up to temp. I didn't mention, I really didn't do any trim at all on these ribs other than pulling the membrane off, and I sort of kind of wish I had left the membrane on one side or one rack of ribs, because I'm sort of concerned with how the ribs are going to act when they're hung. I asked a question in our live, and no one really had a good straight answer for me, but I was concerned that perhaps the ribs could fall apart and end up on the bottom of my heat diffuser plate. So I should have done a test, and I didn't. Chalk up another one to the rookie. Alright, we'll put that one in the fridge and we'll bring you back. And for rack number 2, we start off with our Texas rib grind. Obviously as my base coat. And I'll say it again, I buy my rubs from Bill, I don't get them free. But this Texas rib grind, if you like pepper, there's really some good stuff. Alright, we'll get this one in the fridge and we'll bring it back. And it begins. First ever rib hanging. Uncle Steve's sauce with no name. So this one here, this rack here is all Uncle Steve's. Sweet and spicier. And the competition pig shake. So we're going to use Uncle Steve's sauce with no name on this rack of ribs. We're going to wrap them, and then we're going to get them back on the Bronco. Now what I did do is I took the hanging racks out, and just getting a little scared, to be honest with you. I don't want to lose my ribs down the bottom of that pit, and they're pretty tender right now. I'm hoping that they're not too tender, but there'll still be some good eating ribs for sure. But so I put the rack and the grate back into the smoker, and I'm just going to wrap them up and let them finish up on the grate itself. Alright, and this is the Meat Church rack of ribs. Same thing, cut the end off because it got a little crispy, being close to the fire for 3 hours and 20 minutes. This sauce here I am trying for the first time. I apologize for the sunlight. CJ from Mama and Papa Joe's YouTube cooking channel recommended trying this Tennessee Red from Blueshog's barbecue sauce, so that's what we're going to do today. I've tasted it. It's a vinegar-based sauce. It does taste good. Blueshog's is some sauce that I really enjoy, especially that raspberry chipotle. That stuff is excellent sauce. The Smoky Mountain's good. This would be, like I said, the first time of using their Tennessee Red. But man, the smell right now, good Lord. Alright, we got them back on the smoker. I am using a probe just for the verifying the internal temp of the smoker itself, because I'm trying to build trust up and the Oklahoma Joe stock thermometer, to be honest with you. So we'll bring you back. Alright, we are back. Got them off the grill, off the Bronco. Wrapped them like 178, 176. Wrapped them for about, put them back on the Bronco with the grate attachment. Had the grate back in place, and took them up at 201. Mama's inside, ready to eat. But I can tell you already, these things are great. I can get it in the camera. Look good. This is the Uncle Steve's spicier, sweet and spicier competition pig shake, and Uncle Steve's sauce with no name. Oh yeah. Alright, we're back, and this is the entry for the Meat Church and Blueshog Tennessee Red. Alright, here's the rib from the Meat Church. Nice looking rib. Nice little bone. Let's take a bite. Nice bite. Good taste. What I will say, the biggest thing I notice in hanging these ribs is that you definitely get a lot smokier flavor. Alright, we are back. Fat and happy. So, we tried the different ribs on the new Bronco to us. Hanging ribs for the first time. Different rubs, different barbecue sauces. They're rubbed on one rack rib as you know, was all Uncle Steve's stuff with the exception of the base coat on both of the ribs, but both of the ribs got the same base coat. And then we topped off the second rack of ribs with a new barbecue sauce called Tennessee Red from blueshog. CJ from Mom and Papa Joe's had said that it was really good, and it is. It's really good. Uncle Steve, I don't know what to say, but dang, that sauce is good. Between the both rack of ribs, my wife and myself, Mrs. Sleeper, we ate back and forth on the ribs, and it's unanimous. The ribs with the Uncle Steve's sauce with no name are better. It's not that the ribs with the Meat Church and the Tennessee Red blueshog sauce wasn't any good, because it was really good. But hanging those ribs, you get sort of you get like a smokier taste by hanging ribs. Definitely different from if you were to cook ribs on a stick burner or a pellet burner, whatever you choose to do. But you really get a lot smokier flavor by hanging them. That's the easiest way I can explain it. And the Uncle Steve's sauce with no name amplified that smokier flavor. It's the only thing I can say. The ribs were hanging side by side. They were wrapped at the same time. They stayed together or stayed on there as long each other. They both stayed on there wrapped at the same amount of time. Again, the blueshog and Meat Church, it was really good. I would definitely try that again. I will say also with the Meat Church rub, it is a little bit saltier than the Uncle Steve's rubs, but there's just something about his sauce that just brought out that smoky flavor. And they were awesome. I mean, absolutely awesome. Mrs. Sleeper agreed. We went back and forth, like I said already, but good stuff. All right, this is Lance, Sleeper BBQ from St. Mary's County, Maryland. I want to thank you for watching this video.